Coming up, we're going to be talking about A Small Light, The Little Mermaid, and much more. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's Thursday, it's time for your quick Disney Plus news roundup, so let's start talking about the new National Geographic series, A Small Light. Now, it has been confirmed that this brand new series is going to be coming to Disney Plus around the world on the 2nd of May, so we're getting 2 episodes. New episodes are going to be released every single Tuesday, whereas in the US as well, it's also going to be shown on the Mondays before on the National Geographic channel, and again there'll be like a 2-episode premiere with new episodes dropping weekly. I think this is kind of an interesting take. I think the idea of moving the show away from the Wednesdays isn't a bad thing. Give them a little bit more space to grow, especially if they're up against other major shows, maybe like Secret Invasion or something else. But I think having its own separate day is good. The whole kind of next day thing with National Geographic, I'm personally not a big fan of that. I think it's an unnecessary confusion. Much rather just have one date for everything, and it's on Disney Plus and it's on linear at the same time, rather than this whole next day thing. But that's very much just a kind of a US system, because obviously internationally, half the countries don't even have these channels anymore, and it's less of an issue. This brand new limited series focuses on the inspiring real life story of Meet Guys, who plays a critical role in hiding Anne Frank and her family during the Nazi occupation in Amsterdam. Over the next 2 years, she and her husband, along with several other everyday heroes, watched over Frank, the Van Peels and the Pfeiffer families who were hidden in the secret annex in the house. The series was filmed in Poland and also in the Netherlands, and I think this one's going to be a very interesting story, something a little bit more serious for Disney Plus. I definitely think this kind of falls into that general entertainment content, because this is not aimed at children, so I'm really looking forward to watching it. Don't know too much about the story, but yes, I think this will be a great way of kind of learning more about this one. So I'm just glad that we're going to be getting something a little bit fresh, a little bit original on Disney Plus over the spring and summer, because with the sort of weekly release, that's pretty much going to be sort of May and June releases. But let me know if you're excited for A Small Light in the comments below. Disney has also confirmed that a brand new documentary called Finding Michael is going to be coming to Disney Plus here in the UK, and in other countries in Europe haven't yet had it confirmed for release in the US. It'll be arriving on Friday the 3rd of March, and it is an emotionally driven documentary that shares the details of what happened in 1999, where Michael Matthews became the youngest Briton to summit Mount Everest, but 3 hours after he reached the top of the world, aged just 22, he disappeared into a blinding snow and his body has never been found. 23 years later, his brother, British entrepreneur and broadcaster Spencer Matthews, sets out on a journey to Everest to find Michael. I think this documentary sounds like it could be very interesting. I know very little about Spencer, and I know even less about the actual incident, so it's always kind of interesting to bring these stories to life and kind of just share it. And I think that's definitely the great thing with these kind of documentaries. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Torn, which was a National Geographic documentary that came out recently on Disney Plus. But yeah, you'll be interested to see how all of this comes together. And last weekend it was the Super Bowl, and Disney released a number of big trailers, including Guardians of the Galaxy and Indiana Jones. But one of the ones a lot of people were excited for was The Little Mermaid. Now, it was expected to arrive last minute. It got delayed, but Disney has now released the 30-second spot, which I suspect was the one they were going to release. The movie's going to be coming out in cinemas on May 26th, so we expect it to arrive on Disney Plus later this year. The new trailer showed us a lot of footage that we've not seen before. I think, Halle Berry's the voice in this one. She sounds fantastic. Kind of interesting, because I thought it looked okay. I thought it looked a lot of fun. I'm not taking this one too seriously. It's just a Little Mermaid. But one of the things that really kind of got highlighted by people in the comments was the special effects, because, well, I thought it looked okay. It didn't look anything amazing. I think the trouble is, after films like Avatar: The Way of Water and Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and maybe even also Aquaman, we've kind of got used to seeing some big movies that are set underwater. And yeah, so it just doesn't look at the same level. But then you think of how much the budget was for Avatar: The Way of Water and all the effects awards it's winning. It's kind of hard to compare it. Personally, like I said, it's a Little Mermaid. It's going to be just a nice, fun, easygoing film with lots of some fantastic music. I mean, it just sounds, she sounds so great with the music. I'm looking forward to watching it when it comes out. Obviously, yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see how this film goes down. And like with all the live action films, some of them are really good and some of them aren't. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But let me know if you're excited about Little Mermaid in the comments below. And finally, let's talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. If you're in Australia and New Zealand, you got a third episode of Not Dead Yet. That's also on Hulu in the United States. Unfortunately, in some other countries like Canada and the UK, we're going to have to wait for that series. But those episodes are dropping every Thursday for that one. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of all of today's news. Go check us out over at whatsonatdisneyplus.com. Thank you very much to all of our Patreon and YouTube channel members. And on that note, guys, thank you very much. See you guys soon. Laters.